right, Mikey McNuggets, let's get the headlines.
It is headlines. If that play didn't work, I think people would have crucified
No, they wouldn't.
Shanahan too, yeah.
No, because in fairness, he's had more success.
Shanahan's got more credibility.
Yes.
He's had
Still,
more success.
It would have been a bad play call if it doesn't work. It's genius if it works.
Anytime a team tries a trick play, their fans criticize when it doesn't work.
Agreed. All right, it's time for headlines. Brad, you are up first. We had some good ones this week. Let's take Brad's full here. 99 Steve with our first headline. Brad, you want to read it?
So the Browns tranquilized, you get that? Tranquilized the Bengals on the lake.
It's good. It's
That's nice, right? Nice piece, right? Down in the zoo, we're going to tranquilize and put them to sleep, right? Burrow tamed again by the Browns. Burrow tamed by the Browns again. I'm here. I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm just a hopeful guy.
Just be
right?
hopeful.
I just want something positive to happen.
He done went to the hopeful card. That's how far we've come.
Plus, a friend of mine has been pounding me with this Bengals stuff for about a week now.
Oh, he's a Bengals fan,
No,
buddy?
she's a Bengals fan.
Is, yeah.
Been pounding me about a week
Damn.
about these Bengals.
That's bad.
All right. Jason?
Am I
Apparently
up?
you had a funny one.
Jason, you are up. Yeah, this is good work. Let's take it.
Browns pull out their Chubb, baby. Going to jail afterwards, but Browns
boy.
are pulling out their Chubb.
Oh, that's funny.
Chubb rushes for 2 touchdowns, an upset win. Listen, I said earlier, I don't think this is a 2-6 team. They have too much talent to be 2-6. Therefore, I don't think they will be 2-6. They're playing at home on Monday night. The crowd should be juiced. The players should be juiced. They did play better in Baltimore last week. They did. They should have won that game. We could say that about 3 or 4 of their losses, I know. But you started to see glimmers of hope, at least I did, on the defensive side. Like I said, they kept Lamar Jackson in check. I know he's been rough the last few weeks, but they kept Lamar in check. They got the key turnover at the end of the game when they needed it. They started to make winning plays. Until this might be the last time that I bet on them, but I just think that they are not a 2-6 team. I didn't think they were a playoff team. I don't think they're as bad as 2-6. I think they figure out a way to win tonight.
My voice says they're not a 2-6. I like when you say that. Are the Lakers a 1-5 team?
Yes.
Well, I mean, yes,
Okay.
of course.
Lakers finally won, huh?
You are what your record is.
Okay.
I totally agree. I'm just saying,
But they're not
2-6
yet.
They're
No.
2-5.
All right,
That's why I'm saying there's too much talent for this to be a 2-6 team. I think they're 3-5.
I'm with you. I
at the end
want
of the
them to
night.
win.
But Nick
Be
Chubb scores
clear.
2 touchdowns on 15 carries. How's that?
Stop, Jason.
Before we
But
get
if they
to-
win, nobody will complain about
If they
it.
win, nobody will complain.
Before we get to G. Bush's headline, I will say Jason has been probably the most realistic person on the show in terms of feel for the game, whether he liked the Browns or didn't like the Browns. So it is, I think, encouraging to see him go pro-Browns because he has been very –
That's how desperate we are that we got to go with. Jason's been the most realistic.
No, not
so
realistic.
that means they're
Not-
probably
hold
going
on,
to
not,
win.
Not necessarily realistic, but he's had a really good pulse. He's like, I don't have a great
You have a
feeling
good
about
pulse?
this game. He picked Atlanta.
How's your pulse?
I did pick Atlanta.
You did?
I picked the Chargers when y'all picked – or I picked the Browns to beat the Chargers.
But they didn't.
And they didn't. But they played better than all y'all thought they would.
But I picked them to beat the Chargers, too. I
you
actually
did?
did pick them to win that
Oh,
game.
I didn't know that.
Bull did.
Now, I done picked him to lose like 5 weeks in a row, and they have.
You've been right. So, I think G's been the most realistic.
And G is also picking him to lose this week. Let's take his headline.
Of course. Got him. Of course. No creative title needed. Anthony, take this week off. You ain't got to do no graphics for this one. Browns are bad, lose to the Bengals on Monday Night Football. That's it. No score, no pen, no pad, no crayon. It is what it is.
Do I need to get some wings tonight? Can I get some wings?
There's some landscape. Turn the lights on.
Nighttime.
Put my Christmas lights.
There you go. Put your Christmas lights
And you
up
know
tonight.
the crazy part about it? That those are all – shout out to my man Goods. Shout out to Goods Animal. OG said, hey, man, I'm going to do some landscaping. I'm going to go get some food. Let me order some wings. These is all the things that I think about when the Browns is playing. He ain't listening to none of it. He like, that's how y'all about to y'all get smoked like that weekly. By the fourth quarter, you just start thinking about your to-do list. Like, I might want to turn it in. You know, like, I could beat the 11 o'clock news.
Right.
I ain't got nothing for him. I just don't have anything.
Bull?
By the way, before you put up my headline, a couple of quick food shout-outs. Number one, speaking of wings, believe it or not, this is stunning, but the best wings I've had in forever were from a supermarket recently.
Where?
They made
Dave's?
them.
Dave's.
No, not Dave's, which everybody says is great. There's a place called Lake Road Market in Rocky River where I go to get my Boar's Head cold cuts because it's the only place around here that has Boar's Head cold cuts, which are the best cold cuts. But they make some of their own food, like at the deli counter too. Not a ton of things, but they have a few things. And they had some chicken wings that looked really good. They were barbecue chicken wings, and they were outstanding.
Oh, wow.
Stunning, right?
Hey, no, it's always. I love to find little finds like that.
By the way,
that's the best places to get it.
I'll give you another good supermarket food. Giant Eagle has good fried chicken.
What you mean? Giant Eagle, listen, first of all.
They do, you're right.
Y'all need to
Right?
sponsor me. Giant Eagle, I'm in there 3 times a week. Yes, your boy. And by the way, stop being, and guys, don't get out of your feelings, bro. It is not racial things when you say black people eat chicken. We do. So do we. And a lot of it. Everybody like chicken. Why would you get mad at that? I eat that. Listen, these dudes at Giant Eagle, you go in there and get you that little, I think it's like an 8-piece in a little snack joint. And keep it in the warmer.
Yeah.
If you can get home and don't get stopped by 2 lights, by the time you get to the house, it's
nice and
still
warm.
woo.
Let me tell you something. We're going to talk fried chicken.
Yeah.
The best fried chicken is at a pizza place. How about that? Antonio's.
Shut up. How you know about that?
Oh.
As you can see,
Where's Antonio?
Where's Antonio's? Where's that?
They got them. Just look it up.
Look
it up.
everywhere.
Google it.
Everywhere.
Antonio's Pizza has the best fried chicken around.
I had-
Chickens is
I promise you.
jumping.
One last thing.
There's an Antonio's box in my oven at home right now on the range. They had it last night. I
One
went
last
home.
food thing. Shout out to my favorite breakfast joint in all of Cleveland, all of Northeast Ohio, the Sleepy Rooster.
That's your spot.
Chagrin Falls, right?
Nah,
Technically, it's
Chester
in
and
South
Chester.
Russell.
South Russell.
Yeah,
That's his
technically
spot.
it's in
Why
South
are
Russell.
you driving from Rocky
Because
River to the east side?
Sometimes
Because I
food that
appreciate good food.
Sometimes it's that good.
I appreciate good food. And yesterday, I decided for the first time when I was there, because we went for breakfast late, and I was like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
try
takes you an
some-
hour to get there.
No, it takes me 37 minutes.
That's
Very
too
easy.
far. That's too far for
I
us.
know. what's funny is in New York.
What'd you
I
get,
could-
Bull? What'd you order?
What's funny? In New York, I could drive 37 minutes to go to the next town.
Right.
But anyway, I decided to get off the lunch menu, but it was a fried chicken thigh sandwich.
It's hard
with
to do.
egg, and I got American cheese, and then I got an egg over easy, so it kind of got gooey all over
yeah.
on a biscuit. Unbelievable! It is unbelievable. The only place I've ever had better fried chicken than that.
Larders?
No,
How's it-
Larders is amazing also. Love Larders too. They have great fried chicken too. But there's a place down in Miami called Yardbird,
Oh, Yardbird.
which is the greatest fried chicken ever.
I tell you what, y'all don't know it. Me and Bull gonna do a cooking show. We just gonna pull up.
Yes.
They don't know it. Steve holler at us. We gonna holler at you. We gonna do it up. We got 19,000 shows we trying to do. We'll show you how to do this thing.
We're gonna do it.
Well, are we allowed to say on the air what's the place you want to go to?
Yeah, well, we got to go to Dairy Queen.
Right.
We're going to be going to Dairy Queen. Yes, the 3 of us are going to Dairy Queen because everybody told me to eat hot food at Dairy Queen, and I was like, ugh, that sounds gross.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, well, I can't say it's gross if I've never tried it. So I'm gonna buy a bunch of things at Dairy Queen and try them all. See if
My
they're any
kids
good.
love the chicken baskets.
Oh, that's
Everybody
crazy.
loves the chicken.
That's crazy.
All right, Bull, we will get back to our daily
Sorry.
chicken
We
segment
love
next
food.
week. Monday at noon will be the chicken segment. You have one last headline before we talk
Yeah,
little
give me the
Cavs and
headline.
make a big
Give me my
announcement. Let's take
headline
Bull's
up there.
headline.
It's not overly funny. It's just no chase, no problem. Higgins and Boyd come up big as Browns drop 5th straight.
Seems about
Simple and straightforward.
Yeah.
yeah.
Very well could be the case.
Yeah.
Very well
We
could be the
have,
case.
we have the realists, and we have the
Optimist.
optimist, and we have the just call the balls and strikes dude right here. You're like, they going down. I mean, it is what it is.
Speaking of real quick before we move on, did you guys see that in Game 2 of the World Series, the home plate umpire did not miss one call?
129 of 129.
All 129 pitches that were not swung on.
Who was it?
I
I
can't
didn't
even
see
remember.
that.
A guy I didn't even really know.
You know,
129 for 129 guys. First time in 6 years that's happened.
I talked to Tito about
Pat
this.
Hoberg, by the way.
Yeah.
is
I
his
Never
name.
heard of him.
Pat
I
Hoberg.
know,
I've
I
never heard of him.
I talked to Tito about balls and strikes and
Yeah.
everything and going to an automated because I was in favor of it. I was in favor of
Generally,
going,
these guys do a great job.
and that was his point.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, man, when you're talking inches, they get it right so much more often. And he was actually against the automated because he said they used it during the pandemic, and he said it's really bad. The technology is not there. It's not even close. Breaking
I
balls
think
in
the umpires
dirt were being
overall
called
these
strikes.
days do a fantastic job.
I don't understand how, and I talked to some guys who do baseball, like college and a little bit of pros that have done pros.
Yeah.
How are you, I mean, when you're behind the catcher, how do you view vertical pitches? Like, how are you, like 3 inches below or 3 inches high, like a few inches? How are you judging that?
It is amazing.
From behind someone's back when you don't have the side angle?
Especially when you're wearing a helmet and the pitch is 100 miles an hour.
Right. How do you know?
Amazing how often they get it right.
Yeah, for as much as we kill them, and I do too.
Yeah.
they're probably, they're all good. They really are. NBA, NFL, baseball. Players want to gripe and complain. I'm sure you wanted to strangle refs in your day.
I do think the basketball refs too often fall for flopping. It drives me crazy.
We're getting way off topic.
Yeah.
I've asked guys about should there be 4 in the NBA?
Four refs?
Yeah, and that's
busy.
exactly the answer. It's too much clutter on the court.
Yeah.
There's too many people.
All
You
right, let's
can't go
keep
to
it
4.
moving, Mikey. What's time for our top 5, right?
No, we got to do a little more. Do a little Cavs talk.